Good day everyone, I'm Algerad K. Delanda, and for this video, I'm going to discuss to you what is African dance. So, the world of dance is yours to enjoy, and dance exists from time immemorial, and it has been an integral part of celebrations and rituals, a means of communication with gods and among humans, and dance is a basic source of enjoyment and beauty. So dance is a fundamental element of human behavior and has evolved over the years from primitive movement of the earliest civilization to the traditional ethnic of folk styles and to the classical ballet and modern dance genres popular today. So the term dance is broad, therefore it is not limited to the genres. And in the 21st century, dance includes ballroom, jazz, tap, aerobics, and a myriad of other movement activities. And I believe that no dance is permanent, definitive, or ultimate. Changes occur, but the basic element of dance endures. Dance is for all people. One need only recall that dance needs neither common race nor common language for communication. It has always been and remains a universal means of communications. And the one fact that we should always remember is that dance has always been and always will be a form of communication. This is its legacy to the world. So, in this discussion, we will explore in detail the varied dances of the world's second largest continent, the Africa. So, according to Pearl Primos was a late anthropologist and a dancer from Africa. And he said eloquently that dance is the soul of Africa. It is the foundation of all of the arts and waves a tale about the daily lives of the people. So, in other words, we can say that African dance facilitates all phenomena in Africa. African dance is a multi-dimensional, multi-perspective discipline that has impact in many areas in the humanities. And dance in Africa is a pragmatic part of life. It celebrates the everyday events and occurrences in the lives of its people. For example, the rites of passage, the harvest, marriage, birth and deaths, and historical events. And also, dance in Africa is a political, religious, and a social expressions, and the quality of one's character is often judged through performance, from the mass dances of the West to the Muslim influenced dance of the North to the Jerusalem of the South. Dance remains a reflection of life in Africa. And um, dance in Africa changes through the years, and yet they still survive it from colonialism and war to the present day. That's why dance remains soul of Africa. So, Africa is a continent with 54 countries and thousands of cultures and languages. Dance in Africa is a holistic part of society. It is not truncated or separated as an entity and of itself. So, dance is used to facilitate all phenomena in most African society. And all commemorations and events are documented in the dance, such as birth, deaths, weddings, coronations, the rites of passage are just some of the occasions for which dance is performed. And other events that dance chronicles are celestial occurrences such as harvest times, fertility rites, and healing circle. And dancing in Africa developed as an essential functional part of life because every important events are commemorated by dances. Dancing is a major part of festival to thank the deities for a bountiful harvest. Other African dance celebrates the passage from childhood to adulthood. So, dance throughout the world is an effective means of communication, and it's not different in Africa. So, the ideas the ability to express oneself without speaking is treasured in many traditional societies in Africa, and ideas can be conveyed that the entire community can understand and appreciate in such a way that dance affirms the community and its cultures and history. The kinds of dance in Africa vary but generally fall under the following categories. First is steel dance. So in steel dance, the dancer balance on long wooden stilts that vary in height. So the next one is mass dance. It is used in a variety of ways, including warding of evil spirits, storytelling, suggesting supernatural or mythical powers, spreading good feelings, and honoring African deities. The next one is military war and martial art dances. So here in these dances, this is mainly performed by men, but there are some ethnic groups which women perform have their own way to perform these military war and martial art dances. So next one is rite of passage dances or initiation dance. It is often represents childhood or adolescence transition or even transformation into early manhood or womanhood. The fifth one is African dance. That African dance perform is harvest dance. So in Africa, there is deeply held respect for the earth. This respect is particularly evident in the harvest dance, which express thankfulness for the fruits of the earth, a eulogy that is often the past and the purification of the ground and water. So the sixth one is story and myth dances. So the purpose of the dances is to reenact historical event and honor a deity figure or the heroic deeds of the deceased. And next one is social and ceremonial dance. These dances are performed by both traditional and contemporary settings. So next one is funeral dances. So these dances that are performed to signify the ethnicity, gender, and the social status of the deceased. Next one is the ancient court dances. So ancient court dances are often rooted in the pre-colonial areas in the kingdoms of both male and female African rulers. So next one is work dances. So work dances mainly figuratively suggest a man or women carrying out various occupation tasks. So parang kung paano sila nagtatrabaho is yun yung step ng sayaw. So next one is healing dances. Healing dance were performed to purify and clean an individual or community of the people. Next one is religious and spiritual dances. So these dances are designated as those that are specifically performed to pay homage to deity. The last one is the national and ethnic identity dance. It is designated as those that show allegiance to one's national and ethnic background and are performed to songs that speak to national strength and loyalty. So, African dance can be classified by the following categories. So, first is traditional or traditional dances. So, traditional dance are those dance that embody cultural values of a particular society and acknowledge of being that society and adhere to specific customs and rituals. The next one is new traditional dance, and in new traditional dances are those dances that are created in the spirit or likeness of a traditional dance in a particular society and as a result are not bound to all the aesthetics and cultural rules of that society. The last one is stylized or classical dance. These dances are generally can be defined as representing the best aesthetic ideals of a particular society. Recognition of the dance by the masses and formal or institutionalized instruction either in the courts, by private instruction, or through communal festivals. Then here, myth the foundation of the dances. So here, myth is the foundation of many celebration in Africa because it gives the ceremony or events its purpose and many myths are based on the ideas of a creation story and the myth relates how something was produced or originated. So every society has a creation story that helps to explain how the society came about. So here are the example. For the Dogon people, the Tiwara, a mythical creature half antelope, half man, is believed to have come down to earth to teach the Dogon people how to cultivate the earth. So there is a dance to commemorate the Tiwara. So in this, and this is an example of how mythology is manifested in dance. So another story that I will share is in Ghana. So the Ashantin, the paramount ruler of the Ashanti people, has to dance in front of the community before he can assume the rule of the Ashantin. So this dance is not merely a symbolic gesture. Rather, it is the test of the man's commitment to the people. So the dance represents the tradition and continuity in the Ashanti community. So if a man cannot dance, so he must learn to dance, and it is the responsibility of his court to teach him well, because in their culture there is no ever of this requirement to dance, because for them the dance must be dance. And here next one is change and transition. So many African dance have become multifunctional as a result of urbanization and secularization. The rural areas remain the citadels of culture because they are often home to some of the oldest members of the community. So in addition, the rural areas have not been exposed to outside influence as the cities and metropolitan areas. So thus, they are able to retain their cultural practices. And the rural areas also provide an environment that encourages the learning, teaching, and participating of the dance. So also, the people are able to maintain the movements with their energy, the form, and the structure of the steps. So, music and myth dances. Music and dance is one and the same. So, we are almost a nation of the dancer, music, and musicians and poets, remarked by Olaudah Ikiano, an African intellectual and explorer who lived in the 18th century. The African art scholar Robert Farris Thompson also notes that dance music are very closely interwoven in African culture. So in short, this music in Africa, music and dance are inseparable. So here are the examples. So in Suba dance, the approach can vary according to what is being observed. What is constant, however, is the idea that the Suba is the sum total of its movement and rhythm. Rhythm remains the central core at any expression of African culture. So let's take again the Suba as an example. So this particular dance is from Senegal, a country in West Africa. It is also a traditional dance, meaning that it is a generational and recognizable by the community. And Suba is a rite of passage dance that in that young women were making a transition from girlhood to womanhood originally performed it. So this transition had to do more with the preparation of marriage and motherhood than for anything else. So how to describe the Suba then? So it can be recognized by its step but never confused with merely being step. And it can be acknowledged by its dancer but never confused with the dancer. And it can be witnessed by its rhythm, but again, never can be defined as just music. So rhythm acts as the pervasive and identifying agent in both African dance and music. So that's all for African dance. So